it's your girl Chula, back with another planty video. Welcome to my channel, Hooked on Houseplants, where I invite you and yours to get hooked on houseplants too. Okay, y'all, so the real purpose of this video initially was to show you the plant that I got from Home Depot. So if you missed not Home Depot, Lowe's. So if you missed my most recent Lowe's video, I will link it above. But I was really admiring the beautiful Monstera that they had. So I want to show you what I picked up. And since it is a Monstera, I thought, well, why don't you go ahead and just show the people all of your Monstera? So that's what I'm gonna do. All right, so the first Monstera in my collection that I've had for quite a while is my Monstera siltana. Self-watering, little bit on the thirstier side. Very easygoing plant. It doesn't give me any trouble. I just make sure that I rinse the leaves off because it can be prone to spider mites. So I don't do anything special with this plant. It's not really even in medium light. I would say it's more so in low light or in lower light, and it does very well here. So that's number one on the list, Monstera siltana. Right over here is my Adansonii that I'm very happy with. I like the way that it's growing. I have had an Adansonii in the past and I had it growing on a stake, but I did not want to grow this one that way. So this particular Adansonii, I think I've had it for probably about 4 or 5 months. The other one is no longer in existence. So yeah, this is a newer one. It is also in self-watering and is doing quite well. So that is number 2. Monstera Adansonii. Okay, so moving right along. Gonna take you guys over here so that you can see my Monstera Peru, number 3. Now this particular Monstera I have had for quite a while. I have had this one, if you can believe, for about 3 years, and this Monstera has been through it with me. At first I was growing it up a stake and I didn't like the look of it because it was just like 2 vines going up this long green stake, and I just did not like it. So I've chopped it, I've propagated this plant, and right now I am growing it in pond. Now this particular Monstera was very difficult for me to propagate. Like, it took forever for this Monstera to root up. And it's funny because y'all look what hijacked the Monstera Peru. Some kind of way, I'm not gonna say some kind of way, I know how this happened. This is a fried egg. And at one time I was growing my fried egg in pond. And so I reused the pond, and obviously a corm was in it. So this sprouted up. Yes, you all are seeing a fried egg in with my Monstera Peru, if you can believe it. So that is number 3. All right, this next one is a new one that you all have not seen in my collection. I got this one about 2 months ago from Plant Proper. And this is a Monstera lechleriana or lechleriana. And this one I am growing in pond. As soon as I got it, I switched it over to pond. And it's doing quite well. When I got the plant, it just had 3 leaves. So it's giving me, I think this is the newer one. And it looks like a little something about to come up right there. But this is a really beautiful plant. I'm enjoying growing it so far. And yeah, this is the lechleriana. Let me know y'all in the comments if you all have this particular Monstera and what you think about it. Okay, put her back. And I'm going to swoop down here real quickly. When I was in Lowe's, I mentioned that I had a smaller Monstera deliciosa. But, you know, with certain plants, you just want to see the mature results because I know it's going to take me forever to grow this one out. And I had another smaller one that I ended up rotting and it didn't make it. I struggle with growing smaller Monstera. So I do have this one in self-watering. It is in a chunky mix. And I've had this one probably about 2 months. And like I said, I really hesitated to get it because the last small one that I had, I ended up, it didn't last. So I was very hesitant, but I said, you know what? She cute. I'm gonna try it again. It's hard for me to get the watering right, so that's why I put this particular one in self-watering. And so far it's doing well. You can see it has 2 new leaves about to unfurl. When I bought the plant, it was already kind of full like this. So, yep. Monstera deliciosa. And obviously this is not the mature form. Okay. Put this one back. And this one I would say is kind of like in medium light. It's getting light from this grow light right here. So I would say it's in medium light. So that's where that one stays. And then moving up, I'm gonna have to move some stuff around, y'all. There is my second Monstera Albo that I have had probably about 2 years. That I'm just gonna say all of my Monstera have rotted on me at some point. Some even more than once. And I think this particular Albo has rotted on me several times. So I'm gonna have to wait just a minute while I pull her down. Okay, y'all, so here she is. This is my Monstera Albo number 2. And you know what? Every video that I have done since my thrift video, I have been forgetting to update you all on that situation. So far, I have not seen any more thrips. Thank goodness. It seems like they all were on that particular plant, the Shishmataglatis silver and Dukin. But I did find 2 adult thrips on my Aglaonema pictum tricolor. So that plant is no longer with me. I threw it out immediately. I didn't want to try to treat it, I just threw it out. So that was the only other plant that I found thrips on. And it's strange because the silver and Dukin was over here in this area. And the Aglaonema tricolor was all the way over here in this area. But none of the other plants that were near it were affected by thrips. So I am very grateful. I still, of course, keep checking my plants to make sure. But thus far, I have not found any more thrips. And I think showing you these Monstera kind of made me think of thrips because several of you have said that your Monstera have suffered from thrips. But the ones that I have had, or that little outbreak that I had, they did not affect my Monstera. So this particular Albo I'm growing in pond. She is quite thirsty. I don't do. Are y'all Monstera thirsty? Because mine are thirsty. This is the newest leaf. And as you can see, this one is not highly variegated, even though this stem is. But it's okay. This one has some nice variegation on it, and this one. And this is how the roots are looking. Wait a minute. Please don't fall off. So as you can see, actually some of them are looking kind of brown. Might need to go in there and clean them up. But yep, she's a thirsty plant. So that is my Albo. And then over here is my Thai. Now I just showed you this one. It was supposed to be in a short, but for some reason, when I upload or try to upload a short, YouTube does not recognize it as a short. So I just did a video where I took this one as well as my really big mama Albo outside, and I showed you how I rinsed them off. Well, since then, I think in that video, this leaf was just coming up. Well, it is up and out. This is the newest leaf, and it's gorgeous. Now, this one has also had root rot. I think this one just once. And it's doing very well. This one is also in pond. And look at this long aerial root, y'all. Look at that. I kept watching it because I told myself that I wanted to try to stick it down into the pond before it got too long, and I forgot. And so, yep. So when I ever repot this one, which I'm going to have to repot very soon, let me show y'all the roots. This one is also in self-watering. Y'all look. Look at that. And it's like dry. I have to refill this thing probably like once every 3 or 4 days. I do see a little bit of browning on some of the tips. I'm going to have to clean these roots up as well. But when it comes time to repot, I'm going to have to just cut the inner pot away and try not to damage the roots. I know some of them are going to be damaged, but yeah. So this is my Thai constellation. I think I've had this one probably almost 2 years, maybe about 1.5 years. Okay, so moving along. Let's see, where do I want to go? Okay, so y'all, My Burle Marx flame. Mr. Burle Marx. Let me just ease him out of his spot. I have him right under the grow light because you know what? I'm not going to take this plant out. But this one also was rotting along with my Spiritus Sancti because the mix that I had it in, I think it was too dense. And plus, they were both in self-watering. And so the roots began to rot. Let me stop being lazy. I'll go ahead and take it out. So instead of growing it in water, which is how I usually propagate my plants or try to reroot my plants, I usually do it in water. But I had some moss left over. So I said, you know what? I'm going to try to root this up in moss because I cut off all of the roots, y'all. It was just a little piece of stem at the bottom, and it did have some aerial roots at the bottom. So as you can see, it's already starting to root up in the moss. That's one that I see. And then, thought I saw some more. Wait a minute. There's another little one peeking out right there. So once I get this one and the Spiritus Sancti to root up, I don't know how I want to grow them. I probably more than likely will put them in pond. But I'm in no rush to take them out of this sphagnum moss because they seem to be doing pretty well. Okay, so that's my Burle Marx. It has yet to give me a fenestration, but to be honest, right now, I'm just worried about helping the plant to recuperate. Okay, then over here, just showed you Big Mama. If y'all will believe, when I bought this plant, it was a one leaf cutting. I got this plant back in, I think 2022. And it was when the Monsteras, the Albos were still very, very, very expensive. And so I have grown this plant out from a one leaf cutting. Okay? Yeah. And actually yesterday, just yesterday, I restaked this plant. I'm definitely not gonna move it from back here because it's too much trying to move this plant. But as you can see, she's almost touching the ceiling. And yes, she gives me all green leaves. But that's okay. Like this whole stem is just green. But she also, when she decides to give me some variegated leaves, they're beautiful, like that one. And then there's one back there, you can see it. And right here. So, oh, there's another one. Look at that one. If I can show y'all that one right there. So this plant has really, it's been a good plant for me. I think this one has only had root rot maybe like once. I have it in a self-watering pot, if you can believe. And it's in a very chunky mix. Has lots of aerial roots that for the most part, if they're long enough, I have redirected them down into the potting mix. So that is my Monstera Albo number one. We back up so y'all can take in how large she is. Let's see. That is her. Okay. Okay, another one that is technically not a Monstera. It's a Rhaphidophora tetrasperma. But I'm going to show you mine anyway because it is called the mini Monstera. So that is mine. I have this one hanging and self-watering. I don't want to put it on a stake. So I'm just going to see how it grows hanging. I think it looks kind of cute hanging. What do y'all think? Do any of you all grow your Rhaphidophora tetrasperma hanging? Let me know down in the comments. Okay, y'all. So, oh, I got one more before the big reveal. This is my Monstera standleyana. This plant is just beautiful. It's so lush. And it grows. This is a very easy Monstera, in my opinion. It is thirsty. I do have her in self-watering. And she has just been growing so nice for me. She's beautiful. I have so many updates to fill y'all in. Actually, let me know down in the comments if my next video you would like to see my newest Hoya. I think I have like 6 Hoya that you all have not even seen. And I also have a lot of updates, So let me know what you would like my next video to be. An updates video on my plants or a Hoya video, my newest Hoya. Let me know, please. So that's the standleyana. And now the big reveal, y'all. This is the plant that I picked up at home. I keep wanting to say Home Depot, but it was Lowe's. I think it's been 4 days ago. It is a Monstera constellation, y'all. Let me tell you. When I saw this plant, there was just no way that I could go home without it. Now this plant was $59.68, which for this plant I thought it was a steal. Let me know down in the comments if y'all would have paid $59.68 for this plant. So when I bought the plant, this one was unfurling, so it's already completely unfurled. It hasn't hardened off yet, but this is what definitely made me want to get it, is the secondary fenestrations. And for some reason, the variegation on this particular tie, as opposed to my other one, to me, this one looks more creamy. The variegation just looks just stunning on this plant. And they had like 6 of these, and they were all this size. But to me, this one wasn't as beat up as the others. But y'all look at this leaf. You can see that this leaf has had some damage. But y'all look, this one is opening up too. So I got 2 leaves that are opening up with double fenestrations. So I could not resist. And I was really surprised, y'all. I was very nervous because I felt like I needed to hurry up and repot it, because the potting mix that it was in, I could tell it was very dense, and it had moss on top of it. And I was like, oh my goodness, I have to see the roots. I have to see what these roots are looking like. And y'all, I was shocked. I'm gonna insert some pictures of the roots. The roots were in excellent condition, y'all. They are in excellent condition. And if you could have seen the potting mix, you would be very surprised that they were in such good condition. So I'm going to insert some pictures But yeah, I did decide to go ahead and repot the plant and put it in a more aerated mix. I do have this one in a self-watering setup. I cannot lift it though with one hand, it's too heavy. But I have it in self-watering, and so far, y'all, I mean, I've had it less than a week or almost a week, but it's doing very well. I did treat it with, let me tell you, because I know y'all are like, if you just got the plant, why don't you have it quarantined? Okay, let me tell you what I did with this plant. When I first got it, before I even brought it on the patio, I rinsed it off thoroughly with the hose. Then the next day is when I repotted it. So when I took it out of the potty mix, I felt like I needed to rinse the roots because the potty mix was just. I'm gonna show y'all some pictures. It was just I felt like the roots needed to be rinsed because I really wanted to be able to see them good. So I took it outside, rinsed off the whole plant. I rinsed off the roots. I mean, I really, really rinsed this plant very well. And then when I repotted it, of course, I treated it with my Bonai systemic. So I feel like this one is pretty good. I felt it was okay to put it here with my other plants. But yeah, I am so happy with this purchase. I hope I can keep it alive. I hope it does not rot on me. But yeah, y'all, it's just so beautiful. Like when I saw it, I just was like, oh my goodness, I have to have one. So yeah, so now I have two Thai constellations. And that is where she sits. Oh man, isn't it gorgeous, y'all? Oh, I tell you, I see why Monstera are so iconic. All right, y'all. Let me know down in the comments if you enjoyed this video. If you are new here, please feel free to like, share, and subscribe. And also check me out on Instagram. And let me know down in the comments, y'all, what do y'all want to see next? An updates video or my newest Hoya? Okay? All right, y'all. If you've made it to the end, thank you so much for watching. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. And as always, hooked on houseplants, y'all. Bye.